Hello, beautiful peoples. Before you ask if you can read this, my invisibility cloak doesn't work. So that's written on my shirt this morning. Beautiful people. Beautiful people! That's you. You know it. So, we focus on being simply happy. If you don't have a reason to be happy, fake it until it's real. It's happy people. Don't overdo it. Don't dramatize. Simple happy and not like, throwing a second party this morning happy. Simple happy. Yeah, just happy. Good. With a soft smile. Yeah, fake it till you believe it. Or live it for real, if it's your case. Simple happy. Just a focus inside, While the translators connect and people log in. Simple happy. My mom tells me frequently, she has dementia, so she really does tell me frequently, like for reals. But she tells me, one day at a time, I'm just taking it one day at a time. And during that day, it's one moment at a time. And she finished with that and she smiled. Like she just did some kind of extreme pun, but she's demented. But it's cool. It's a cool thing to say when you're starting to have dementia and the shit that you say is beautiful, positive stuff. It's kind of cool. My mom is awesome. Love my mom. One day at a time. And during that day, one moment at a time. Right? Simple happy. That applies during a period of apparent crisis. Like now. It's not a big crisis now, but it's still on. It's not obvious to make plans for the future. It's wise to do so. But it's not obvious when you have no idea what the future could be. Up to last year, we had a false certainty of, yeah, my future is going to be like that, like that, like that. Crash the plan. 2020 is going to become more scary in the future than 666 or Friday the 13th. Hey, be careful, I'm going to roll a 2020 on you. Ooh. It just means you never had control. You never really knew the future was going to happen in such or such a way. Technically, most of your plans are still active and they will work fine. Technically, everything will be okay. It takes time. You do your best. Take one day at a time, and during that day, one moment at a time. It's prudent to plan a future. It is wise. it's smart to just think, with the cards that I have in hand now, with the parameters that I know, what is the best possible future I can think of? If you've never done that, I recommend you do. Take 5 minutes or more. Not obsessively, but to genuinely think about it. What is the best future I have with the options I have now? Now, if you think about the future, well, for that ideal future to go, all I have to do is go to school, get 7 diplomas, find the perfect job. And then you start, building false hopes on, I will have different conditions. Well, if you can have better conditions in the future, please do so. But with the current condition, what is the best you could do now? That's prudent. Just to see, all right, can I make peace with living like this? Must I change something inside? In the way I live things to become at peace with the current conditions? Ideally, we always want to better our situation, and that's wise. It usually involves working a bit more to acquire the means to change our situation. A few of us are lucky that we have a present situation that if we project it in the future, we think positive. It's like, yeah, I'm at peace with that. I could be like that until the end of my days. But it's not the case for everyone. Some of us, they look at the future and there's just no way I'm going to spend my life in these current conditions. You see, thinking about a future is a wise thing. It allows you to see if your current conditions are livable and if you can handle it. It also opens the door to false hopes that will crash on you as disappointments. Be careful with that. Don't dream, I hope that this will change. It's not going to happen. If you need to change your conditions, you're going to have to work for it. That's how it is. Another hint of wisdom, my 2 cents of wisdom, is be realist. If you hope for a better future, don't dream for the lottery. Don't dream for lottery type. Well, maybe I'm going to meet this perfect person and or get that perfect job. Be realist. What do I currently have the competence to do? On what can I work inside me? What kind of work I can do outside to better my situation if it's unbearable? Otherwise, take one day at a time. it's wise to plan a future. But most of the time, when we look forward in the illusion of time, we dream of false hopes and we lose the essential now. The reality now, what is it? Can I make peace with it? And if I can't, can I make steps? It's personal growth. Personal growth doesn't mean automatic success. It means gradual. It's a process. And you'll have moments that are dysfunctional at that process. That gives you the impression your personal growth isn't working until you become positive again. Okay. With the current situation, what can I do? And work for it. Manifest it through the real karma, causality. Produce the effect by directly acting. And a third of the influence in your life is just going to be the jungle. The flows of prakti going on, and other monkeys will be throwing shit. It's like that. You can't do anything about it. This is being incarnate. This is about being here. That's how it works. Okay. So today's intro dialogue is, I'm gonna try. Okay. Try is the wonderful keyword. Forget the Yoda Star Wars 20 cents wisdom. There is no try, you do or don't. What? Like if you had the luxury of certainty? I'm not gonna try, I'm gonna make it. What happens with this mentality, this Yoda mentality? You do it and actually fails because karma, dharma, prakti. And then you develop a higher disappointment. This attitude of there is no try, you do or you don't. Everything you do is an experiment. Another word for experiment is your best. Your best is an attempt at something. Another word for attempt is try. Okay. So, I think in French and Spanish, it was just try the entire time. So basically everything you do, you try. Absolutely everything. Accept that there will never be a guarantee of success. But as you keep going, it gets better. So a realist approach is to do your best to plan ahead with the current situation, without false hope, with the tools you have now, and you try your best. That is the most realistic and the most humble way to accept I'm going to keep doing my best. And it means you try stuff. Sometimes you don't try. Sometimes I'm not going to change this and that because these work. Okay. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. In temporary moments of despair of your life, you just say, oh, I don't feel good. I'm going to change everything. Then life could become worse. Yeah. Because usually when we change everything, we do it without skill, with false hope, little planning, and not realist with the current cards you have, the current tools. What is not broken, don't fix it. Don't change it. So be prudent in your planning ahead. And once all of this energy is invested in what can I do in my future, because it is a good thing to do, but you can't stay there in this inexistent future. You can't stay there. You have to be here. All right. I've planned. That plan does not exist. I'm going to try to make it happen, doing my best. And the more responsible you are, the more realist you are with the tools you have, the better chances, the better the probability that it is going to happen. Progressively. As a victim, we just want karma to save us, causality to change. It's not how it works. One thing gets better. You resolve it. Another thing fails. You try again. It gets better. Next. You know? Basically, you take one day at a time. And during that day, you take one moment at a time. And your main focus in the entire process is the current reality. Yeah, that's how I do it. That is how I've built the Manjria. That's how I made a career out of it. Through what you call sacrifice, I call effort. Yeah, through effort. Discipline, when I had some. You know, a burnout will kind of kill your discipline. I'm kind of happy for the vacation now. Cool. You know the real reason why you can't see me travel around the world? Invisibility cloak. Chill. Just take it one thing at a time. Simple, happy. Simple, happy. So many plans will work, but some of them won't. Some of them won't. Be positive. I plan on making coffee. It worked. I plan on drinking it. It worked. I plan on doing my best to teach. It worked. According to my opinion, maybe not someone else's, that's okay. There's a lot of plans that didn't work. And just like you, I could have chose to dramatize on it. To complain, to drop on the floor like a 3-year-old in the supermarket because I want candy and I can't have it. Yay! I suffered when I had to. There was moments of drama that delayed the morning because of training I saw when I was dramatizing faster than usual, I guess. So I mourned. And instead of despair, the next step is I was doing my best for something else. And you see, it works, but it takes time. And I'm talking about decades. If you say, I'm going to be patient, I'm giving myself 1 year to change my situation. Deadlines are for production projects in a business, right? Deadlines are for people who run a marathon. The deadline is you have to reach the goal eventually. But deadlines are not real in karma. There's no deadline. If you think yourself, okay, this year I'm changing my life. This year? This year? Why this year? Oh, and a little humor here. This year doesn't really seem to be the best year to change your life. Oh, yeah. In ways, yes. It is an opportunity. There's no deadline in doing your best to better your situation. There's the next day, and today there's the next moment. All right, you got this little pearl of wisdom? Let's move on to something else. Next stage of this simple class. Simply happy because I want it. Not ecstatic happy. Not satisfied. I'm not pretending to be satisfied of a current insatisfaction I'm having. No. Not a fake satisfaction. Happy. Just because I want it. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not disappointed when I actually am. I'm not living any drama, by the way. There's nothing dramatic happening now in my life. There's just mild disappointment, but it's okay. I can be happy while mourning, just mourning opportunities. It's okay. You can do that too. Just simple happy. Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna make the suffering go away. It's making you choose an attitude. When you practice happiness, don't practice like a victim looking for a savior. You're not going to be saved from your suffering by that happiness. You're going to have it while life still happens with the ups and downs. Simple happy. Not as a denial, but as an attitude. Grateful for the things you have, accepting you don't have everything you want. My body is complaining. My mind wants alcohol. not to get drunk. I just want to take a big glass once today. And my body is like, dude, this shit is radioactive. Don't touch that. Your stomach is not in the mood. My nervous system, physically, yeah, bro, I'm in the mood for a little glass of what hurts. Come on. And then my liver says, no, no, girl, I'm with the stomach here. Don't fucking do that. Oh, no. Take a D20, roll it. Nah, see, my denial patterns, which is not about getting drunk, it's about the entertainment, you know. I also want to eat a big bowl of Kraft dinner that makes me bloat, but I love a big bowl of cheap, disgusting pasta because, you know, that's my go-to emotional thing, you know. It's what my mom used to prepare me when I was sad. I didn't get chocolate. I got a Kraft dinner. Half the box only for me when I was a kid. Now it's a full box just for me when I'm, you know, I'm far from depressed. Yeah. But I get you, sometimes it happens. Today I chose. I'm gonna listen to my mom for once. Well, I often listen to her wisdom. It's just gonna be one day at a time. And even today, one moment at a time. Has this mild sadness rise? I'm not gonna deny it with happiness. I'm going to support it. It's like, I have a lot of good things in life, you know. I'm sharing this hoping that it will inspire you and bring this hope, the true sense of hope. I can just do my best with the means I have now. Yeah. None of the tools are going to be used as a denial of the current situation. I'm not going to be happy to repress my sadness. It's very mild. Don't try to save me. Pretty cool. I can't drink it away. Well, I won't drink it away because, you know, health. Not today. I'm cool with that. But I share this because you also live it. I'm not sharing this to get your attention. I'm sharing this because you live that. And we're together in this, you know. That's good. That's okay. There's hope. I'm not going to plan a future with a lottery attitude like, and eventually everything will change. If I don't work on it, it probably won't. Right? I'm going to try and accumulate successes gradually as I go. Right? This is how you want to do that. Until you reach old age, and the future means the next few days, because the long-term future of the next decade is rejoice of what you've succeeded. Rejoice of what you've built. Just take one day at a time, one moment at a time. The victim savior inside you, using constructive tools personal growth to save yourself instead of to become better. Okay? When you have the I'm going to save myself, even that is not a wise attitude. Like, no one's gonna save me, I'm gonna save myself. Wrong. That's you as a victim hoping magic changes everything. You're not going to even save yourself. You're just going to do your best moment after moment. And that means to rest when it's better, to accept the moments you enjoy yourself, to work when work is the wisest, and get better. All right, so be careful with that one too. That little 50-cent trick of saving yourself just to feel autonomous. You're not even going to save yourself. You are doomed. Your doom is to live in a reality. So it's not a bad doom. It's just being here anyways. It already works. It's already here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. One moment at a time. All right? I'm not going to save myself. I'm going to try my best. Have hope because I am doing my best. Today I'm trying to deconstruct these false mind patterns that pretends to give you hope but actually prevents it. There is no try, do or don't. That shit does not give hope. It prevents it. Everything is your best try. You won't save yourself to feel autonomous. You will never be saved. Being saved doesn't exist. That's the victim talking. You're just gonna try your best, and that's it. Plan ahead. Make sure your plan doesn't have a false hope. Something that counts on a random grace of God that, and I hope it happens or else my plan is screwed. Well, I mean, do your best. Just do your best. It's good to plan ahead. Don't expect your plan to work. And don't expect your plan to fail. Do your best to make it happen. Adapt as you go forward. Okay. All right, let's go back to being simply happy. Soft, non-dramatic. Yeah. There is hope. I don't have, this is like a next part of the teaching on hope. I don't have to do my best in the sense of always giving my 100%. I gotta do my best. I gotta be disciplined, work more than I want to, give my 100% all the time. You know what happens when you invest 100% of your resources all the time? You deplete and burnout. That's what happens. So even this mentality, give your 100%, will ensure your failure. Now trust this wisdom. If you really want the virtue of hope, always give your 70%. It's freaking crazy as that, man. Always give your good 70% with little peaks of 100. And I'm talking few hours, few days, and then an equivalent break. All right, so you want a real motivation speech? Don't dream for a better future. Try your best. You might fail. Always give your 70% and enjoy the moment, as best you can as it happens. That's my motivation speech. I mean, it ruins the majority of the motivation world of today. It ruins it. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride. In the little faces of those streaming, I see Pop Brahmasurya's face once at a time. And I don't know, a decade ago or 6-7 years ago, I asked everyone at what speed they want to evolve. And everyone said 9, 10, 9, from 1 to 10. 9, 10. And he's the only one who said 7. I cracked laughing. Actually, you got the best answer. Say why. Says, I don't know. Enjoy the ride. I loved it. Said, and I answered, that was the best answer of them all. Everyone else is going to depression next year, I want to evolve at a speed of 10. All right. Your wish is my command. Here's the teaching on the seeds of truth. And, go to hell if you want to. It was fun. Sorry, Shivani, I'm talking too fast. Got excited for a moment. Enjoy the ride. Plan ahead in a conservative way. With the current means, what can I make better? Don't change what isn't broken. Give your 70%. You'll never be saved, not even by yourself. You'll get better. Life will get better as you work on it. And don't smile to deny the suffering. That's the Robin Williams attitude. Smile and joke around so you don't, to cope with suffering. He said a lot of beautiful things. And most of the beautiful things that Robin Williams says, well, I'll say half of them are good. And half of them are so wrong. And you got all these people praising the wisdom of a guy who killed himself. Yeah, I mean, There are circumstances where maybe it was the wise thing to do for him. I get that. Don't use happiness to deny the suffering. And sometimes just forget happiness altogether. Go in there. Mourn. Forgive. Regret honestly. Yeah. That's what will give you hope. That is the attitude of the virtue of hope. Simply happy because I want to. And I'll do my best. Thank you for this little time of wisdom, a bit of humor, a bit of depressing wisdom about reality. Yeah, it's life. And see you next time for another episode.